What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Game Ace Plays. Today I'm going to be playing a game called Chasm, which you can see on the screen. I kind of skipped the intro, but this is a brand new file. It's an indie game, I guess you could call it indie, developed by BitKid. Just came out not too long ago. It's like a Metroidvania side-scrolling RPG. That kind of term is thrown around a lot, but it's really good. I've already beat it once on normal. I'm playing on what's called Mortal mode, which makes it roguelike. And for those of you that don't know what that is, if you die once, you die permanently. Like, this character is just dead, and you have to start all over. And there's a trophy for beating it on Mortal mode. And I have no idea how it's going to go. I did put it on easy, but it is on Mortal, so I mean, dying is still dying. It gets pretty hard. Even on normal, when I played it before, I died probably, I think, the in-game stats were 20-30 times. So, excuse me, we're gonna see what happens. Anyway, let's go. In the town of Karthas. As you can see, there's kind of nobody here right now. All the townsfolk are basically locked in the dungeon. You can save. I don't really know what the point is. I guess if you turn it off. But if you die, you can't just boot up your save, which kind of sucks. So let's go in here. As you can see, all the doors are locked. Nobody's home. Employees only. Here we are. This old geezer. Gildean Knight. Gildea is kind of just the country that you're from. You come to this town to figure out where everybody went. I should have recorded the intro, but I know a lot of people don't like to read, so... just kind of let you guys read this. Basically, yeah, wants me to find, all the townspeople and figure out the disturbances. Wanted, Felix Farron and Drake Stryker. The notorious duo are wanted by the Kingdom of Gildea to stand trial for crimes of thievery and piracy. They were last seen heading east. Is that all it says? Towards the Ladorian Mountains. Beware, both are to be considered armed and dangerous. If you see either individual, please contact the authorities. Well, there are no authorities. And this is just a list of all the missing persons. These are all your villagers that you have to find. And there's no time limit or anything. You just kind of find them. And you don't even have to. But, these are the people that are going to sell you your weapons, your armor, your healing items, etc. You get a trophy for completing all their quests, which I've already done. I'm still going to try to re-find them all anyway. But let's dive in. So we're in the Gildean Mines. I'm really nervous right now. I've never done this on Mortal. I've never actually really even played a roguelike, save for maybe one or two text-based games on my phone or, D&D. I don't know if Mortal's gonna be terrible because I'm on easy, especially not in the beginning. Because I mean, these mines are pretty basic, just goblins and bats and things like that. These blue things, you can see I have 30 of them. My mana's full. That's your mana, your MP. That's how you use your sub weapons, which I have none of right now. But eventually you'll get some of those. You get throwing knives, which is very reminiscent of Castlevania, and it's the sub weapon I use throughout the entire game because they're just awesome. And the layout of this game is different every time you play it also. you get what's called seeds, like it generates a seed world. And certain rooms are the same, like I think boss rooms are always in the same spot. Maybe some key items are always in the same spot, but like chest spawns are always different. The rooms spawn different. So it's pretty cool. Now I could have put in the seed number from my original file and played the exact same world, but what's the fun in that? Because then I'd know where everything is. And in a mode where if you die for good, I'd like to make it a little more challenging. Learning scroll. Feel open to learning. I've never actually had both of these at the same time, so let's see what happens. As you can see, this increases a random attribute 1 point. I'm assuming that rune makes it go up by 2. So our stats, you can see strength, intelligence, constitution, and luck. Intelligence and constitution, I think, deal with your sub-weapons. Luck is criticals and item drops. And strength is, I think, damage and defense. Constitution could be defense, but I don't think that's the case. So let's see what happens. Oh, it only went up 1. Alright. Maybe this just gives more experience. There's not a whole lot about this game out yet. Mostly just a few subreddits here and there of people, you know, being stuck on certain parts, so. Now there's probably going to be a few episodes where I'm going to have to level grind, and if I do get stuck or something, I will try to skip some of those. I'm not going to do 8 episodes on level grinding, but I might do a few just to kind of show you how it all goes. Alright, we just got a knife. It's better than our short sword, but as you can imagine, it's a knife, so its range is a lot shorter. So we're actually going to stick with our short sword, because the most important part of mortal mode is, you know, to use a weapon you're comfortable with, because all weapons have different attack speeds, range, etc. And yeah, so it's really important to use something you like, and I'm most comfortable with like short swords, just straight swords, things like that. Great swords I like great swords, but they have a really slow swing, and for certain enemies that can be no good. But see, this swings pretty fast, so it can kind of make up the damage that we're losing by not using a stronger weapon, so we can hit fast and safely from a distance. Alright, here's a save room. Also heals you when you save. Doesn't refill your mana, which kind of blows, but in Karthas, which is our hub world, there's like I call it a bird bath, but it's like a pond that refreshes your mana when you leave, and you can leave at any time. So you just have to backtrack quite a bit, but you know, it is what it is. It's an RPG. Alright, so let's go. So far, some of these rooms look the same, actually. Like, this room looks exactly the same. Some of the rooms don't change, like they're just static and they're meant to be what they are. Alright, here's our first villager. Narina. Narina? I'm calling him Narina. Magic shop. Narina is the person that's going to give us our sub-weapons. That was a big chunk of money. How much money do we have? 100? I don't think that's enough for a sub-weapon just yet. Probably, I think it's closer to maybe 150 or 200. So we'll make a little more progress, and then we'll go back and see about getting some throwing knives. I think those are going to have a huge emphasis on this. And, just because, you know, you can attack from a distance, and you can attack super rapidly with them. It's our first new enemy type. And the way this game works is there's a bestiary, and see, each enemy that's locked, you have to kill a certain amount to gain their bestiary page, and then it shows you what they drop, if anything, how many you've killed, etc. I'm assuming I already completed the bestiary on my other file. I don't know if it's just going to automatically show all the drops that they have. Did I get an apple? Okay, so I just actually got both of that enemy's drops, the troll. So it probably won't show me all the bestiary entries Even though I did them on the other file, which would be nice if it did, but... So we're just trucking along here. So I'm following a timer. I'll go over on these episodes. Probably going to do these episodes about 15-20 minutes a piece. Since, you know, you can't really do a whole lot in 10 minutes in a game like this. Lots of crawling and traversing. My hope was that on easy I wouldn't have to, you know, basically hit and run away and hit and run away too badly. Because on hard and mortal, this game would take ages, I imagine. But you get a trophy for hard mode and mortal mode, but you don't have to do them at the same time, so... Excuse me. Alright, so the... Yeah, alright, so it doesn't transfer the bestiary entries. Well, that kind of sucks. But that's okay, because if I need to reference, I can just write down the stuff from the other file. I'm trying... I think that save room was in the same spot. Alright, you see that square? There's the save room, then you go past the long vertical room, and then the room to the left, there's a little dot up in the corner. That means there's a chest or an item there. And I probably can't jump up high enough to get to it. You probably need like the double jump or something. You get artifacts which give you like double jump and being able to climb walls, things of that nature. Down the line, just as you go through each dungeon. Which eventually you guys will see. Sooner or later. Oh, first damage of the game. It's all downhill from here. Hey, first head armor. Nice. We're cooking now. Alright. You see how these guys have more range because they have a spear. So they can actually... Oh, it's a drill. I thought it was a spear. Alright. Drill troll. Yeah. I'm probably not going to farm too many enemies on this file unless they're easy. Like, there's a few that drop some good healing weapons. Ah, these are important rooms. Okay, this right here is your... kind of like your shortcut room. This connects you... You can't open that yet. That's a portal for teleporting later. But then we come over here. Blow that wall up. And now we're back at the entrance. Now see, these orange rooms are your teleport rooms, so it took us from all the way over there back to here. And now we have easy access to go back out, so let's do that. There's also a backdash, which is extremely Symphony of the Night. And I love it. If you guys have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's in some other ones too, but I mean, let's face it, that's like the Castlevania. So here we are. Unable to enhance any spells. Book of Incantations, and I was carried off by those monsters. So, to find her... Yeah, so I can get the magic knife for 125. Some of these... I think that silver crown's new, so maybe they sell some new weapons. All these sub-weapons are the same. Magic shuriken. So let's go ahead and grab the knife. Let's equip it. Oh, it already equipped it. Okay. So yeah, this is your... And as you upgrade them, they get bigger, and you can shoot more of them. Alright, let's heal. Let's save. And let's dive back in. But that's basically how it works. You know, you traverse the dungeons, you find the fast travels. I'm gonna go see what was down to the right real fast. That's right. It's a pressure switch. Yeah, so we can't go that way yet, but that's still there. That's the same. So when we want to go back to where we were, we just go this way. Back into here. Damn it. There we go. Back through here. And then voila, we're back where we were. No time at all. Now some of the places are a little harder to get out of than that, you know, depending on the enemies. The terrain obviously becomes a little more challenging in later dungeons. These fucking guys. The anal bead hallway. I need to actually write down what enemies drop certain things. Because certain things like early healing items, oh my god. Early healing items can be really helpful, and a lot of these guys drop like pot pie and stuff like that. See, this is why I wanted the daggers, because we can just... That did not do enough. Ah, I took 1 damage. Oh well. I'm doing great at this. This guy doesn't count, but each like area boss, if you beat each boss without taking any damage, not a single hit, you get a unique boss weapon, which I didn't get a single one because I didn't know that before. So I'm gonna at least try this time. Basden, Gildan Academy of Science. Suppose you're wondering how I ended up in that cage. Well, somebody put you there, obviously. Searching for remnants of King Trell's caravan. Under the cave paintings throughout these caverns. Paintings were made by an undiscovered tribe that lived here nearly 1,000 years ago. I named them the Ladori after these mountains and began to devote all my time to learning about them. Yep, so we're trying to find out more about those guys. Now we going down. Well, momentarily. Alright, so yeah, we have to backtrack and then drop down. You can see these things, because we're so low level, just chunking my experience bar that's below my empty ass mana bar. I really love this game. I think I got it for $15, maybe? I think I pre-ordered it. Or no, I just bought it because it had like just come out. But it was a Kickstarter game. It didn't reach all the Kickstarter goals. Like there was going to be a New Game Plus, which I really wish they would have added, because I love New Game Plus as being an avid Dark Souls fan. But, you know, they might add it later anyway, eventually. They're still constantly patching and updating things, and you know, tweaking drop rates, and it's just good that an indie company is keeping up with their game, because some guys just drop the game and they're like, well, this is it, here you go. Alright, so okay, this is a room. Oh, I'm loving those 50s. I never got those 50s before. I guess that's a map. The bones, I'm assuming, are probably going to be the boss room. It's kind of crude, but get the idea. And that's like poison gas, like, you know, just methane or some shit, I don't know. But it hurts you continuously, and it doesn't treat you well. Hey, we got our first accessory. Brings up my sub-weapon attack, which is bound to circle, and intelligence, which affects your sub-weapons. So, which, like I said, I'm going to try to invest heavily in this time around. I didn't really do it on my main file, because I was just beat-sticking the shit out of everything, like I usually do in games like this. But, sub-weapons, namely the magic shield that we get later, is really nice when leveled up to the max. Every sub-weapon can go to level 3, and once I get the Book of Incantations, later down the line, I'll show you guys how that works. Alright, got a bandana we can sell since I already have one of those equipped. And I love the soundtrack in this game too. It's super, like, you just feel like you're in the shit, you know, like, man, dungeon crawling. It's amazing. Oop, glanced at my phone for a second. Don't RPG in text, guys. It's not conducive to surviving. You know, just texting casually in a mode where if I die for good. Because Honey Badger don't give a fuck. These little guys are like, I call them hedgehogs, but they're called crawlers. They don't drop anything, they're just really meant to be an annoyance. But I like them. They're unique, you know, and they change depending on what area you're in. But anyway, we're almost back to the save room, which is where we're going to end this episode. Yep, right here. Alright guys, so that's the first, I don't know, 10 or so rooms of Chasm. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to pump out a few episodes in a row here just to start the series, and then I might do 1 a week, 2 a week, just depends. I might just do the whole thing until I don't want to do it anymore, because I really love playing this game and I don't really want to stop. So just let me know. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Ace Plays Chasm. Peace out, guys.